Welcome back to the channel, guys, and as promised, if the previous video reached 50 likes, I didn't actually say within a time limit, but I did put in the description, within 5 days I was looking for, because obviously over time it could reach 50 likes, but I was looking for 50 likes in the first 5 days. It's the first time I've ever asked for any likes, like a like goal should I say. At the end of the video I will normally mention, if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, because it does help the channel out, helps me get on recommended and videos to pop up on news feeds for people if they're not subscribed to me. But it's the first goal that we set and we smashed it. We're already on 60 likes 2 days later. I think it's my second most liked video on my channel, behind one video which has got a ridiculous amount of views, which I've never expected. It was a top 3 boss, but that was a long time ago. Nothing to do with the Ironman, but 60 likes, and it's got around about 700 views at the moment. Loads of comments. People are just nice comments. People are happy to see that I'm back to putting videos up, because obviously it took quite a while to do the last video due to obviously real life stuff as well as just doing the video itself, because what I had done. But this video is a bank video. Now this might not mean too much to anyone that doesn't watch my channel, but at the same time they can probably take some inspiration from how I lay out my bank. Now at the moment my bank is, let me think about it, I think it's about 400 mil worth. We'll have a look in a second. We have got the rune light overlays and whatnot. Some of it is probably a bit skewed, but I can't say. I don't play a normal account, so I'm not sure on the exact prices of things. But I imagine most of it is fairly accurate. But we're going to go straight into it. In this video, I'm going to be showing my bank just to start. I'm going to scan through the tabs, and then we're going to go to each tab, and I'm going to show you exactly what I lay out, how I lay out, and why. Things like that, as well as just personal preference things, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and also you'll see exactly what this account has. So when I open my bank, this is what we are greeted with. 445 mil total value, and we're just going to go through the bank. I don't want to stay on one part for too long. I've already tried to record this and I just found myself talking too much, so I'm gonna just kind of briefly show you through things. There's a lot of stuff you guys don't need to know. If you want to see stuff in my bank and you want to see exactly what I have, feel free to pause the video and you'll be able to just watch. Also not watch, just look at what I have in my bank, because there will be a lot of stuff I won't be mentioning. But this is my first tab. You can use it as a tab. At the end of the day it does show your whole bank, but you can also use it as a tab. I use this for stuff I use pretty much all the time. All my runes are here because runes are used, like, as you guys know, every single day you play RuneScape. Got my rune pouch. I have house teleports with redirection scrolls just below them. We have basic Slayer stuff here, as well as just essentials that you'll use all the time. Rock hammers there, you need it at the end of the day when you do Slayer. We have Graceful here. I use Graceful absolutely all the time, as I imagine most people do. Then we have commonly used teleports, mainly for farm runs and stuff like that, and access to parts on the map where I'll be often using Chronicle. I use for clue scrolls and stuff like that if there's a clue right next to the Legends Guild up. No, not Legends Guild, Champions Guild, sorry. But the main thing I have to point out here is the amount of blood runes, chaos, and death runes I have. Now, chaos, yeah, has mainly come through barrows. I got a fuck ton through barrows, as well as death runes. Obviously a lot have been used since then. I used to have a white stack. Blood runes have come through Slayer as well as barrows. But that's pretty much it for that tab. We've got a decent amount of runes, all around. Nothing special, but that is what I use the first tab for. I use it to access things that I use all the time. Now moving on to the next tab. This is the gear tab. This is probably the most exciting tab. It's worth 218 mil. That's just under half the bank altogether in one tab. Now this is the tab which, in all honesty, I don't actually use that much, because I like to use tabs on the side, but I will explain those towards the end of the video, because not everyone might be using Runelight or OS Buddy. I think OS Buddy might have them as well, and not everyone might even be using these tags, so I might explain them at the end. But this tab has all my gear. The main things I'm going to point out is I like to have melee gear, range gear, mage gear. Now in future, what I would love to have, obviously I don't have the items at the moment, is from melee, mage, and range, even though I said those two backwards, we have best in slot helm, other than serpentine, because there's a reason I keep it there. We have best in slot melee helm, body, legs, boots, cape, amulet, and ring. Obviously I don't have a archer's ring, so I can't put this here, and I don't have an occult or a seers, so they don't go there. I've just got fillers there at the moment. So that's what I like to do with those, just to see straight off the bat. These are kind of best in slot I have. Then next to it we have most commonly used weapons, as well as offhands. These are pretty much all the offhands for melee, and I suppose you can class them as range as well. We keep serpentine helm here because I don't class it as a melee helm. I class it as all, because at the end of the day I use it as aura, which means technically you can use all bloody combat styles of it. Obviously it gets negative bonuses, but I don't, at the end of the day I suppose it is a melee helm, but I don't class it as that. Things that stand out here is the Dragon Warhammer, as well as the Ranger boots. If you guys didn't already know, I do have those on my account, and I was of course lucky with both. 80 kc and 1600 and something. Absolutely fucking disgusting. Blowpipe with the scales next to it. Just underneath the blowpipe, we've also got the trident. So these are basically all the things we use scales with. Now to the right, this may look kind of messy to you, but at the same time, there's not really much I can do with it. We have leaf bladed battle axe, which is our, our best in slot crush weapon. I say that that's a complete lie because I've got Hasta now. It's used for Slayer. Put it that way. You have to use it. It's my best leaf bladed weapon. There we go. Then we have our best stab and best crush weapon in one. Below that, most commonly used staff, we have Master Wand as well as a Mage Book. Going down, Complete Void, Elite as well. We have full Guffins just kind of sitting in this nice little slot here. Obviously, I use this for Slayer. A few other things I probably do use it for. Now, as we go below Void, this is where it gets slightly messy. I say messy, it's still organised to me, but there's not much I can do with it. It's stuff I use, and there's no slot fitting perfectly at the moment. We have two books which are incomplete. I could probably just remove these, although one I do use for bursting. I normally use the white one just because it looks clean with proselyte, but hey ho. We have Carol's top and bottoms, a used Varic skirt. I'll explain why it's just a Varic skirt there later on. We have wilderness stuff, rune gloves, d'hide, monk robes. Then we've got leaf bladed sword. I keep it there because I suppose it still has a use. It's a good stab weapon for the wilderness if I ever want it. Spec weapons, we keep the battle axe there just because why not, and my magic short bow imbued. No reason to get rid of it at the moment. Same with a lot of this stuff. I have slots in my bank, 790 out of 816. Stuff could be removed if I need to, but I don't. We have our 5 blessings that we currently have collected. This will probably be moved along, and the 6th will go there when we get the war blessing. Anti-dragon fire shield. Don't often use them. Don't often do dragon tasks, and if I do, it's normally a black dragon task, which I just pray mage against the brutal blacks. Other than that, we have arrows, bolts, and darts. I don't know why I keep steel arrows. I noticed this when I was recording this before. But iron arrows, these are waster arrows, and I like to collect the rest just because why not at the end of the day. I'll get rid of this eventually, probably. I say eventually, probably. I don't know, I want to buy it. We keep adamant arrows. You get these from certain tasks like Ankus. I just think they're cool to collect. It's no harm, it's one bank slot. Eventually there'll be a fair few thousand there. Obviously rune arrows you get a lot, and you also get through raids. These would be good if I get a T-bow early and don't have enough dragon arrows for certain things. Below that, adamant, rune, and broad bolts. Most commonly used bolts, as well as the enchanted versions of the adamant. These will probably mainly be used against, for onyx bolt tips, to make them into onyx bolts, and then alch, because you don't actually get too many runite bolts after you've done demonic crullers, I don't believe. That's where I got the majority from. Then we've got myth and adamant darts, as well as iron. We keep bolt racks and the Carol's crossbow in here as fillers. Eventually, once we get the Seer's ring to go here, the crossbow will go, and once we get rune as well as dragon darts, this will go, and so will the steel darts. And I'll organise this to have the 5 types of darts which I will use on my account. That is pretty much that tab. The most exciting tab. If you guys want to pause, I will just do a quick scroll through. I don't think there's anything I missed. Obviously, we've got an anguish and a fury. If you guys want to just pause it and look at any part of that tab. Right, moving on to the next one. Now, the next tab is the potions and food tab. There's not much to say about this. It's going to be a very brief tab. Very straightforward. I keep offensive potions going attack, strength, defense, range, and magic on the left-hand side. And most commonly used potions on the right, like Sara, restores, as well as prayer and antidote. I still keep the lower tier versions for certain things. Example, if I was to do Vorkath right now for anti-venoms, I'll use the lowest tier because I'm not going to waste an antidote because it does the same thing. Other than that, we have staminas, decent amount, super energies, and normal energies. I keep these here because if I ever run out of super energies, which I highly doubt, at least I've got these to fall back on if I don't want to use staminas, as well as the fact that I'm going to be making these a lot through Kingdom. Now, there's some useless potions in here like restores, agilities, but I've just kept them for now because if I ever make them, there's a place for them to go, as well as I don't need bank space right now, and it kind of looks half decent just sitting there. We've got definitely useless potion down here, weapon poison. Haven't bothered sorting out Sanfew serum yet, but this will be made into each dose, 4 dose, 3, 2, and 1. And I'll probably slot that somewhere up the top because they're quite, they're used quite a bit. I'll probably slot them just under antidote because I see them, very valuable. You use them at certain places. At the end of the day, it's a super anti-poison and a prayer pot, or a super restore, sorry, in the same potion, which is pretty fucking good. And on the left-hand side at the bottom, we have our food. Not too much because at the end of the day, I don't really use it for slag, so I've got Guffins now. But we have cooked, raw, and cooked raw. This will all be fixed at one point. I won't get raw manta ray because I'm not going to do fish and trawler. I'm not sure if I ever use monkfish. I might just cook it and then remove the placeholder when I do it. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that. Then we have a few pies that are left over for boosting, as well as stews and purple sweets. That's pretty much it for that tab, nothing to say. If you guys want to see exactly how it's organised, feel free to, like I said, pause the video at any point and you can see. Moving on to the next tab, this is my favourite tab in the whole bank. You guys probably know that. I've said it throughout my progress videos if you guys do watch. But if you don't, I love this tab. This tab we're going to spend a couple of minutes on because there's a bit to explain. But I'm going to go through it fairly fast at the same time because you guys don't want to hear me blabber. Now, we have, the way we set it up is we have a grimy herb, then below it we have a clean herb. Now these are all the herbs in the game that I'll ever have here. I'll never have any more unless new herbs are added, I guess, that are useful. But these are all the ones that I see as useful. I don't have Haralander because I don't pick them up. I only get them through miscellanea. I'll get on to explaining that. So as you can see, we go from Renar all the way through to Torstal. And then we'll ignore the right for now. Just below it, we have the counterpart to the potion. Now these line up perfectly. We've got Renar, then we have Irit, and obviously because there's 2 to 1 potion, obviously you've got the grimy version and the clean. It's these 2 rows to this one, you know, I'm sure you get the point. Then we go down, we have Candentine to Candentine. Very, very simple. I like to set up like that. It looks really clean. When you first open this tab, you can see exactly what you do have and what you need. I think it's really nice. And to the right of that is all the secondaries. Now, the reason I don't like to put the unfinished potion next to secondaries is because some have 2, because I keep the uncrushed and the crushed together, as well as some have just 1, like snake grass. So I don't like to do that personally. I think it looks clean like this, and I'll show you the way I make potions if you guys, you know, at the end of the day, it's not next to each other, so it's not easy to click. Very, very simple fix. If I'm making unfinished potions, I'll get the clean herb, swap for the Eye of Newt, simple as. Then I'll go along, well, I won't do it like that, I'll swap them back, and then I'll swap the next one out. That is how I make unfinished potions. Very simple, and you just change it straight back, and the bank looks clean still. Doesn't require your bank to look really messy with like each herb next to each other. Some people can do that, but I don't know, this is just personal preference for me. And if I was to make a complete potion from unfinished, I would just drag, for example, Renar underneath Snape, and we've got it there, and then I'll drag it back, and then I'll do the next one. We've got Irit, I'll drag it under Eye of Newt if I'm making super attacks. You get the point. Very, very simple. I just like the way it works. Now, just below this, we get onto herb seeds. Below herb seeds, we have tree seeds. Very simple. These line up exactly with the herbs and the unfinished potions. So, like I said, Renar all the way through to Torstal. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is I do have Haralander potion here instead of Torstal, because you don't make Torstal potions, you'll make super combats on an iron. And Haralander potions I will get from miscellanea, and if I don't finish them at the time by making them straight into energy, at least I'll have the unfinished version in a slot here where I can then just go straight on to using chocolate dust on them at a later stage. Now, to the right of herb and tree seeds, we do have snapegrass and limpwort, the most commonly used seeds other than tree and herb seeds, obviously for limpwort and snapegrass. Now, to the right of that, we do have volcanic ash, which I've got a decent stack of at the moment. I'm pretty happy with that. And then we have all our hop seeds, which we pretty much get through Master Farmers. We've got a lot to use, so it'll take a while for us to get through this. I felt like these didn't even take long to get, to be honest with you. But there's hop seeds. Below that, we have our watermelon. And the rest of this, other than the watermelons and pineapples, these are used for ultra compost. These are used for protecting trees. And if I run out of watermelons, I'll use them for ultra compost. Below watermelon, or next to watermelon and below, so poison ivy, and the rest of this is pretty much contract seeds. Other than these 3, and obviously like the redwoods, white lily, and hesperia. But basically, these load of seeds here are for contracts, because you get contracts with absolutely fucking everything, and a lot of it's shit. You don't keep the seeds, so now I've just started keeping them. We have the 3 hesperia seeds here. I'm not using them at the moment because I'm not doing consistent farm runs, but if I was to do consistent, it'd probably be 0 here all the time. But as placeholders, you know, it's nice to put them in there. Then we've got seeds that I haven't made into saplings yet because I don't want to use them just yet, or I haven't got round to. Celastrus, redwood, we've got white lilies down there. I like to keep those, as well as hesperia next to each other. Spirit seeds and protection items here. And I keep calquat because I pick them for the extra farming. Now the saplings line up to the seeds. We've got maple, all the way through to calquat. Obviously it's slightly different with trees because you have 4 types of I think there's maybe probably more, to be honest, including spirit seed. There's 4 types, or maybe even more with redwood, but you get the point. What I'm trying to say is because there's more than just one type, we do standard trees, then we have well, I forgot what they're called, fruit trees below it. all the way up to dragon fruit. There's slightly more fruit trees than there are standard that I use. And then next to the standard trees, it lines up perfectly. We have teak and mahogany, so these are our hardwood trees. And then below that, we do have calquat, which you're never ever going to use all your calquat seeds on Ironman or any account, to be honest, because you get way too many. It's just ridiculous. But that is pretty much that tab. If I just kind of blabbered on too much there, I am sorry. But I wanted to explain everything and how I get it, because I've had a few people actually mention my tab and they say they really like it. So that's exactly how it works. If you guys have got any more questions on that tab or anything in this bank, feel free to ask. This tab's not worth too much because I normally make the potions quite consistently, and then I'll, most of the value end up going into here. So a lot of this value will just disappear into this tab. So that's pretty much how it works. And then a lot of this value of this tab will disappear because I use them. Makes sense. Right, moving on to the next tab. This is the skilling tab. This placeholder here to start with is for my 99 construction cape. So that's pretty much what that's there for. I've already got it ready. Got my Soraba hammer below it, nice and proud when I get that. This eventually will have all the skill capes somewhere, probably along the top. That's what the plan is for this tab. But at the moment, obviously we have 2, soon to be 3. We have skilling sets. We've got Angler, Prospector, and Lumberjack. I don't know if I have Rogue in my bank. Eventually, I would like to put these all in my house, save slots, but it looks kind of clean at the moment because I haven't sorted it out. Below that, we have basic tools that I use quite often. We have spades, hammers, chisels, knives, tinderbox. Then we've got our best pickaxe and our best axe. Along to just to the right a bit, we have fishing supplies, really. Some of this stuff is absolutely useless. I don't know if I'm ever going to use them. I've just kind of left them there. Unidentified minerals, numulite, stuff like that. Stuff that stacks, I'll keep here, really. Most of the stuff that stacks. And then we have... I keep the Master Scrollbook here. I don't know why. I should probably put it in the first tab. It would make more sense because it's where teleports are. But for some reason I have it in here, alongside Marks of Grace and Ancient Shards. Now, the way these work kind of triggers me, because there's 3 versions of some, 2 versions of others. Obviously, when you use the Slayer Ring or Dueling or any of these 4 here, they just disintegrate. You don't get them. Whereas these items turn into uncharged versions, which you then charge again. So, I don't know, it kind of fits at the moment. I'm kind of happy with it. We have skills, glories, Slayer, Dueling, Games, and Burning. Very simple. I will always use the bottom one up fully before I use another full one. I'll always make sure I do that, otherwise they can get real messy real fucking quick. Going below that, this is where materials come into play. We've got gems and their uncut versions beneath. We'll never really get uncut jades, opals, or red topaz, to be honest, because I'll cut them instantly when I'm mining. And I just won't keep uncut versions because there's nowhere I'll get bulk uncut. This is just a filler, pretty much. I've just keep them because you get a lot. Next to Onyx Bolt Tips. This is a filler as well. You can probably see why I don't have one clean red dragon hide, and it kind of triggers me. I forgot. I think I accidentally removed it as a placeholder once before. So this will be replaced when I eventually get one. I'm not rushing to do it because I don't care too much. So we've got our D-hides here, the clean version, I'll say the clean version, the tan version, as well as the normal version. Just to the right of that, we have all of our ores, and below respective, well, I say respective, it's a bit weird because bronze and iron, well, I'm sure you guys know how smithing works. Iron, you'll need coal as well as iron. So it's just kind of equivalent as possible, I guess. Just below it with the coal bag and the gold nuggets to fill in because there's no other ores that I care for. Just below that, or to the left of that, should I say, we have construction or planks and logs. So we have construction in the sense of nails next to it. We have all our logs that we have. These, I don't know why I have willow logs, but these will be made into bows. Same with yews. Birdhouses, teaks, which we have a lot of. If you guys don't already know and you're watching this video for the first time, you probably guessed from the start of this tab I said I'm saving it for 99 construction. I have it banked. I just need to do it and get the money to do it, should I say. Now below here, this is where items don't have a place in the bank because they're just one item, maybe. But they've got to go in the skilling tab. So we've got like a glass blowing pipe with basically all the glass blowing materials all together. Empty buckets, sand, seaweed, molten glass, you get the point. Staff making, if I make air staffs. We've got rune crafting stuff over here. And below this is where we keep insult heads, bones of some sort. Pretty much the main 3 bones. I do have big bones in my bank, but I kind of keep them as a Slayer item because I'm never going to fucking use them. Then we have stuff for making grapes, bowstrings, hunter. If I was to catch implings, I keep these nice, you know, nice and simple. I always remember they're there for, say, dragon implim. Straight down, bang bang, go get the dragon implim because I haven't got the hunter level yet. Boxes. This is where a bit of random stuff comes in that you use on an Ironman. It's just, you know, it's here and there, but it all makes sense. I'm sure most of you it makes sense too. It's just there. Maple longbows. I keep placeholder because that's what I make from maple logs, and then the rest of it is just, like I said, items that don't really have a place, but they're not junk, so I keep them in the skilling tab. That's that tab. We'll go on to the last few tabs. There's not much to say about the last few tabs, but either way, I'm going to show them. Right, the last few tabs. This is the collection tab. This is all the items that I've got through clue scrolls that I haven't put in my house. I don't think I've even put much in my house. Pretty much all this stuff will go in the house eventually, or most of it, because I don't need it, and it's just wasting bank space. But for now, we're keeping it. There's not too much to say about it. I keep pets here as well, and the collection logbook, and just a few uniques like Dark Claw and Black Mask. But this is pretty much, I say it's all clue scrolls. We have Mystic sets, Zerosian sets, and stuff like that. So it's just kind of cosmetic items, I guess. This is kind of my Fashionscape tab. There's nothing special about it because I haven't got many completed sets. I can't fully organize it. The pages are just messy. I'd like to organize them downwards when I get one spare page of each. That is the idea in the future, because these sadly cannot go in a house, but they're worth something, and I think they look cool when they're set up. Absolutely fuck all to say about this. Like I said, there really isn't anything. We've got a big thing that stands out. We've got 2 bottomless compost buckets. Obviously, one I use for farming, and we've got this one. We've got a tinted amulet of strength. I also keep things like the diary gear in here that I don't use often. I just keep them there. We've got a tinted amulet of magic. There's really not much to say, like I've said, but hey ho, it looks kind of cool when you look through it and you can see the collectibles I have. That is pretty much that tab. And then next, nothing to say about it. In future, this will probably be a fucking huge tab because there'll be a lot of alkaballs that I will save up. But right now I need money, so I'm alking everything. This is Alkaball and Slayer, where I collect Brimstone keys, Dark Totems, as well as Crystal keys, and Alkaballs. That's where I get the big bones, like I was saying. Absolutely fucking useless bones, but I don't know, you get a lot from Karask, because I just want to build them up for shits and gigs. Now, that's pretty much it. That is that tab. Nothing to say about it. I'm sure everyone has a Slayer/Alkaball tab, whether you're an Ironman or not. That's that. Next tab. This, at the moment, is kind of a drops tab. Try not to puke with Zenites. We do have every piece of Zenite jewelry other than the Torture, which means we have 6 Zenites altogether, and I have like about 500-600 KC or something like that. So I'm sorry to anyone who's dry on Zenites. I'm stupidly lucky with them. So that's bank value right there. I'll never get rid of them. I might make second amulets in future to get rid of it and have like 2 anguishes or whatever. But you get the point. We have Zenites. All my Barrow stuff, I have no idea where the fuck these are here, but they're there. Deal with it. Now, the reason I hate Barrows on an Ironman is you're going to get duplicates. And once I've completed Barrows, I'm not going to go back to get more duplicates. So, for example, at the moment, I have 1 Aram skirt. I'm not going to put it in this tab. It's my best in slot mage bottoms. Obviously, when I get Ancestral, yes. But Verax, I'll use a full set when I go Venenatus, maybe. But the plate skirt's the only useful piece otherwise at the moment. So that's why I only have a Verax plate skirt here. If I was to go repair these, they'd all go back to the other one. So it just kind of triggers me. I wish I could just store them all in the house to get them out of my bank. Because, I don't know, having duplicates annoys me. If I use Torag, it's my only Torag's plate body. I would love to put this in this gear because it's my best tank body. But I can't because, well, I could. But the full set wouldn't be here. It just annoys me. That's pretty much that tab. Not much to say about it. Last but not least, this is just, I call it junk. It's not junk, really, I guess. It has items, sardines. Now, you may be wondering, why the fuck have you got raw sardines? These are actually for, I forgot, there's a potion that requires, oh, no, you need it to get red spider eggs from the Tower of Life, sardines. There we go. That's what they're there for, so I just keep a bunch. This, I need to put in a clue box at one point. I have my clue scrolls here. I haven't bothered doing this one. But as you can see, I call it junk, but at the same time, it's just stuff that has a very small use in the game that I just don't want to get rid of yet. I keep Grigris, no idea why. They're useless now. I have completed Mucky Madness too, but they might become a use. There might be one in the clue scroll or in future, so I've kept them. Unenchanted rings we just keep here. We'll pull them out and enchant them if we need to. But that is pretty much the junk tab. That pretty much sums up my bank. There's not much else to say about it. If there's anything else you guys want to know about my bank and why I've done it, maybe, or if I've missed anything, do let me know in the comment section. Do ask any questions. But I will quickly explain these. I don't know if these exist on Moonlight, but they do exist on... They exist on Moonlight. I don't know if they exist on OS Buddy. These are bank tabs, or bank tags, sorry, should I say. I use these rather than my gear tab. This is my melee. I just named it melee range bursting. If I was to get melee gear for Slayer, I wouldn't go to this tab. I would go here. I have everything I would ever use for Slayer in melee, normal items, potions, and then I have my Torag. They're just there because it's if I have a 100% Torag plate leg, it shows up. What's annoying about these is you have a full, because Barrows has technically 5 stages, no damage, and then it has 100%. Well, it might be 5 stages, then it has, it goes down to 100, 75, 50, 25, 0. You get the point. You have to put each stage in this tab. So I've got all stages in here. So when the Torag's play legs go damaged, they'll be here because all damage versions are in this tab, not in any other tab. Doesn't make sense. I don't really know how else to explain it, but it's not important. So like I said, melee Slayer tab, range Slayer tab, very, very simple. Bursting Slayer tab, you know, very simple. Birdhouses, I'll click on here to do everything for birdhouses and seaweed runs. Then we have, if I was to do buckets of sand, jewelings, you know, that's all I use. Zora, it's just potions and food for Zora, very, very simple. And if I was to make air orbs, which I probably won't do anymore on this account, at least I have a tab. But that's pretty much how I access my bank. I mean, it's no harm to access it through here rather than through here. But I personally prefer this. It makes it very easy. Put everything in one tab that doesn't want to be in one tab due to organization and making the bank look absolute fucking shit if it was to be like that. It can kind of go through very, very easily. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Quite a few people have asked me to do a bank video, but like I said, I wasn't 100% sure. I put a like goal on the previous video and you guys smashed it. I'm so happy with that. That's really going to help my channel, and it's nice to be able to get feedback from you guys to know whether or not you want something. I'd love to have access to the community page on YouTube to do a poll, which would make it 10 times easier. But for now, if you guys ever want to see something and I'm not sure, I guess like goals are the way to go because I can get feedback from you guys without actually having to do anything other than ask for, I don't know, a certain amount of likes. It's as simple as. But I hope you guys did enjoy the video. I hope I showed everything in my bank. I don't think I missed anything. But like I said, if I did, don't forget to ask in the comment section down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Dislike it if you didn't enjoy it. If you guys want a Discord to hang out in, I do have a Discord. Link is in the description down below. If you guys want to join the CC, feel free. It is just RNG Please, my in-game name. We do have a fair few active members in here. We could probably go from around 1 member in it, which is, you know, the one person that's online, to maybe even like 20 if it's busy or not. Well, I'd say we have about 30 plus active members, but obviously not all on at once. But everyone's willing to help. There's a lot of irons in here. There are non-irons as well, but everyone helps each other. If you want to CC, hang out. If you enjoyed the video, I'm happy. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.